Angeles Chargers taking on Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Kicker Brandon McManus about ready to get us started. We are underway in Southern California. Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first round in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's what they do all day long. Watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when their body's on the field and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Herbert on first down now. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. There's the stiff arm. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So now here are the Broncos with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers, Gordon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. Keep clearing holes like that. Could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
1st and goal to convert that early turnover into points. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. There's Wilson to throw. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Here comes Nasir Adderley from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. 1 play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
For the first time with Austin Eckler. He spun right around 1 defender, but it only winds up gaining about 3, and it's 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Eckler. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before it gets into enemy territory.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Back here, Herbert. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And all the way in for the Charger touchdown. 47 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Great corner route there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of a doesn't it? You got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdown corner, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make mistakes.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And this is recovered by the Chargers. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert, turnover. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, Eckler. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Try to burst with Eckler. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. A beautiful fake. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reaching the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. A hand to Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. 6-play drive. And Eckler finishes things off with a touchdown run. Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. KJ Hamler returning it. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. It's a 1st down and more for Gordon. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
High degree of difficulty on that one, but to me, it goes back to fundamentals and determination. High point the football and declare it yours.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off comes to Gordon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. That catch good for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
They'll try it on 1st and goal. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good 1st step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a night. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's going to be shoved back short of the line. Again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. They were stopped last time from the 1. Now here's another try on 3rd and goal. Now Wilson. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Russell Wilson taking it in from a yard out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his leg.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball. The guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out a reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. McManus now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Adderley from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Over to the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he'll bring one back to the 29. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Now Gordon on 1st down. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On set, Gordon once more. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 9.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have broken the tie. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a defensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season for a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Now McManus for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And they're going to have this across midfield inside the 45. A big gain that time for the Chargers. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job well done there.
Yeah, they got it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Eckler, they run left side. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Herbert. And he will find his man on the outside. And oh, he caught it up.
I know many talk about the kick return as maybe the most exciting play in football, but any type of a return where it's a change of possession, where the defense gets the ball, it's exciting too, but it's not just an accident. Once they get the football, they've worked on finding a block, creating running lanes for the guy with the ball, and protecting him. Was a long run.
Absolutely, they did all of that and more. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Now Eckler. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll whistle, 3rd and about 2.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack. Going to stop him short of the 1st down. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Here we go on 4th down. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And that forces a turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer 3rd, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
They'll start with a run by Gordon. And he sneaked forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Gordon. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine say back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That's complete, Okuegbuna. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
It's Gordon. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down and 4. Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
No gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Gordon. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it's a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 20.
On 3rd down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Gordon, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his ability has him getting upfield and working. But how about to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Throwing is Wilson. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And a lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Adderley, he's going to hold on to this one. A touchback, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Broncos defense getting ready to go. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over, A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And some
rush coming, and he's taken down. Draymond Jones. He's not home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's her. And that'll fall in. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big game that time for the Chargers.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now a give running left is Eckler. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Herbert off of fiction. Eluding the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Herbert. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Randy Gregory. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. They'll get a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, but it's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
On first down, Wilson. That one's complete to Tomlinson.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And a return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaims stage. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His although losing.
Needs a little bit of help. And I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score. And sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Running on 1st down, Eckler. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before brought down 2nd and right at a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out, you don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 98 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this 1st half.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Back to good plays, have them on the move on 1st down. On the give, this is Eckler, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the 2nd half, he could be on his way to a career game.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. Only able to work it to the 20 after the nice broken tackle. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That's going to be complete. The Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Herbert now. And he's got it. Touchdown. 40 yards on the touchdown throw from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the... Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Touchdown, Dustin Hop will kick it away. Hamler now to return it. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Russell gears up to lead the offense again. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts the defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. They go back to the air here after the tee on the last drive. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Second and 10. Now Wilson. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Dancing to his left. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now it's Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Williams is met quickly in the field. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even loud, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
This is 3rd and goal. Now it's Wilson. And it's caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line.
Brandon, let's file this play away for later. Let's note this play because, to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there could come back to haunt them later on.
And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work, making his presence felt early in this one. 1st half, or century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
The Charger drive about to get going. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
Second and 8. Now it's Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Out of the gun, Herbert. And complete, right side to Cook. They get him to the ground right on the cusp zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert, that'll be complete to Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing again. incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, running it. And he spins through, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 119 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. And he's down right around mid for a gain of 2, maybe 3.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 50, here's Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it 2nd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Herbert back to the air. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts at the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then. And now after that completion there, they've got a 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Gabe Neighbors punching it in from a yard away. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown of the of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that will make make this a 4-point game. So that drive spans 13 plays. This with a 1-yard touchdown run. Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Hamler now to return it. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has one touchdown. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. There's Wilson to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. And folks, this is a 67 attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is 60-yard attempt here. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. Let's get right to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Hamler now to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On second down, Gordon once more. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
An extra quarterback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Back to throw. And this is going to be complete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Off comes to Gordon. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he takes it into 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Vic Fangio, an old-school coach, but he's going to go for it here on 4th. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd tonight. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. So a big decision there to go on 4th down. Gets him not only the first, but gets him the touchdown as well.
And Brandon, you and I know that all these coaches tell us if every play is executed the way it's designed, it goes for a touchdown. But let's be honest, they were shooting for the first down on that one, and boy, were they fortunate to take it all the way in.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And he'll be tackled at about the 30. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
The drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. It's Eckler again.
Second into his prime time for a little bit of a gamble, wasn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let it pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
A handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He He continues to have a big night here. The lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Play action. It's Herbert. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Randy Gregory able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
Hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert. And brought in by the tight end Cook. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
What's not cool about the gain there on 2nd down? That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Pat Surtain, and the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They're hoping it was in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. It's a big play there, Broncos.
They didn't ease the drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of call. I love their aggressiveness.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Play action. It's Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. More from L.A. in a moment. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the intercept. Did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once it threw the interception, if finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Herbert. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 20-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight a day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete. Okuebuna. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They run it here with Gordon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line, because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been on the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. This is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Albert Okuebuna from 4 yards out. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
McManus now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that for 4 plays, and it ends with a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Justin Herbert and the rest of the Charger offense set to take over once more. He's hoping to channel his first half play. They had the lead at halftime, was playing well. Flip the script here in the 3rd quarter a little bit.
I think he misses the Pee-wee days, you know, when you just got the orange slice at halftime, right? And remember, weren't any real adjustments then, right? You weren't looking at some tape, right? You weren't looking at stuff off of the surface tablets. You just went back out and played. Right now, maybe the adjustments have caught up to him.
Well, we'll see. Maybe he just needs a couple orange slices here for this drive. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 25 on down, Herbert. He'll get this out Eckler. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
It's complete to Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd down and 3. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Here's her. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Looking to throw again on out. Herbert.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert.
And that's into the hands of Eckler. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Again, Herbert. Caught left. down.
That's the third time on this drive connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here is Eckler. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Alexander Johnson there on the stop.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
After the pickup of 5, 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Herbert on the screen. This is Eckler. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. Could have made the first man miss. Maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Down, here's Eckler. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, this from 33. Hopkins' kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here now a look at Melvin Gordon. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. He'll find Sutton on the right side complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Wilson. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
We always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sutton. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers off. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a second down and 6. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First down, Justin Herbert. Oh, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on first. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Fights off the defender, and they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. On the give, this is Eckler, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Now at the 3, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Firing quicker, and that's complete. Touchdown, Chargers. Jared Cook from 3 yards out. Extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking of probably going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point here. That's been good. And we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And this is how the game has trended for him numbers-wise. He's really picked it up. And I got to be honest, I don't know schematically. This is where I need you. What does the defense need to do to get back to that start that they had on him?
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip away at his timing, and then make sure you have a second person there in the vicinity as well. Too big and too strong usually for one person to handle.
And not much to speak of. Call it a yard gain up to the 26.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Last just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get it, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Being chased out left. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
First down, Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Wilson over the middle, complete. It's Sutton. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Back to the ground now with Gordon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now it's Wilson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, Wilson. And going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the 1st.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Gordon. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And in the backfield, that's Gordon, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. Measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Throwing is Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And McManus able to put it through. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. On the return, it's Adderley from his end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. On first down, it's Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
To throw again down, Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5 line. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now Eckler. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's Ty Long now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now Gordon on 1st down. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on fourth down but come up empty.
But I actually like the call. And the reason? It shows he has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now it's Herbert. Flush to his right. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding. You?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Herbert on 1st down now. He'll get this to Eckler. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Good call there on 1st down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert, he finds his man, complete. It's and this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 23.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner. We watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Herbert setting on 1st down. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Herbert now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down now. It's Jackson. Power running here down to the 6-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Justin Herbert looking to pass. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams with his second of the night. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
A lot of people might call this backyard. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it went up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Well, I harken back to half, Charles, and I see the look on your face. You're thinking the same thing. They had that opportunity to take the 3. They went for it on 4th in the first half, didn't get it. That could loom large.
So if they had taken the 3, successfully kicked the field goal, they'd only need a field goal now. That's what we were talking about when we mentioned it on that drive.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Denver.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Wilson to throw. And they'll get out as he's inside the 40. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash. Well.
Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Here's Wilson. Flush, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. A loss of 4 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
Throwing Nelson. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are in the field?
Now Wilson. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed him. Instead, it'll be second down. And a great game comes down to this play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys.
The final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't you? You remember when you called that play? Everybody just go and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.